Great moments in human stupidity. This is a monthly YouTube program in which we analyze one moment in human stupidity and its effects on the stupid world in which we live. I'm your host, Christopher LaRock. This month we'll be looking at another kind of stupidity that's been having a rather strange impact on the stupid world that we live in. This month's episode is about the origin of what I like to call the Evangelical Atheist movement. We'll look at how this got started and what they're doing today. After carefully analyzing the activities of Christianity, a small group of atheists became indignant, very angry. What they objected to the most, among other things, was the building of churches, the sacraments, the reading of the Bible, evangelism in the name of Jesus Christ, as well as many other things that went along with Christian activity, including billboards, t-shirts, and all that. So these atheists went about to start building their own buildings, very similar to the Christian churches that they hated. And once those buildings were constructed, they put together congregations, started their own sacraments, began evangelizing in the name of atheism, and they also started putting up their own billboards and making their own t-shirts and basically imitating everything that they hated from among the Christian population. It wasn't long before other atheists began pointing out the inconsistencies they saw in these groups. They would argue that it didn't make sense to turn atheism into a religion and to implement the things that they hated about religion into atheism. But of course, the organized atheist groups didn't see it as hypocrisy at all. In fact, they didn't think it was stupid when they engaged in these activities for one simple reason. When religious people do these things, they do it because they believe in God. But when an atheist builds a church, reads their own version of the Bible, creates sacraments, implements sacraments, evangelizes people, or puts up billboards, this isn't fanatical or stupid, because they're not doing it in the name of God. They theorized that they could do all the same stupid things that religious people were doing, and not be stupid at the same time, as long as they continued to deny the existence of God while doing these things. And although many of their actions were aimed at getting people to question their faith and maybe even fall away from their faith, the opposite happened as a result of this. Many Christians actually began to strengthen their faith once they recognized these atheist groups as being the mockers that were predicted to come in the end times by Jesus Christ and by the Apostle Paul. But the stupidity continues, and more groups are building atheist churches and atheist quote-unquote religions, all to no avail. And still they don't see the hypocrisy in their actions. This has been another installment of Great Moments in Human Stupidity. Until next time, thank you for watching. This is Christopher LaRock. Check out my website and my books. Thank you. These exciting titles and many others are available at lulu.com/Christopher LaRock.